This is the dimension of unbelievability. It is an area which we call the Frauditor Zone. In today's episode, two Frauditors, Ghostwriter and Johnny Bravo, take a break from frauditing to do some cop watching and try to fraudsplain to officers why their rights are more important than even officer safety. Hello everyone. Let's start this episode by pretending that we are in a court of law and we are the jury. It's the defense's turn to give their statements. The defendants are two frauditors named Ghostwriter and Johnny Bravo. Ghostwriter steps up and gives the following statement. I was out with Johnny Bravo and we heard a call for a vandalized car with a suspect nearby, so we headed to it with the hopes of recording the suspect getting arrested. We arrived at the location and waited till the officer went to his car before getting out. Then got out and recorded the damage to the car without approaching the officer at all. Then went to sit in my vehicle to monitor the scanner to see if they had caught up to the suspect yet and stay warm. When this happened. Next, Johnny Bravo steps up and states, Ghostwriter and I heard a call for a vandalized car with the suspect on a bike, and he had gone behind Safeway. So we went there to see if the suspect was arrested. When we got there, we allowed the officer to finish talking and walk back to his car. Then we got out and recorded the damage to the car without ever talking to the officer or approaching him in any manner. After getting back into the car with Ghostwriter to stay warm, the cop freaks out, and this is what happened. Now it's the district attorney's turn. He or she steps up and doesn't say a single word. Instead, he or she just turns the TV on.
Yes. And I restarted it.
Should we go up and ask the officer what's up, even though we already know what's up?
You can ask them if they got a bead on the guy.
Conscious breathing.
We'd like to record him getting arrested.
Copy, check it. You're welcome, 032.
But he might not take kindly to it. You know, they never do for it. But yeah, this guy beat the hell out of that car. And he's somewhere around here on a bicycle and they're looking for him. The officer's like, oh, YouTubers. Alright. They've seen me before, but that doesn't mean that this officer has.
No, the way he looked at us, he was fucking side-eyeing us.
Yeah, that's alright. He can side-eye us all he wants. I'm gonna get back in. Stay warm. Yep.
Yeah, the party drove up on me. Both with cameras claiming to be cop watch or something.
Did you hear that?
What did it say?
Come here. I'll replay it for you. Cop watchers.
Is that what he said?
Copy, two parties rolled up with cameras saying they are cop watchers to additional cover.
2 additional covers, so they send it 2 more?
I'm okay for now. Sort out whatever the other situation is down on our plate.
Yeah.
He said
Copy,
he's good for
38. From the apartment number and I. See ya.
See, he figured it out.
that. Did he say he was good, though?
Yeah. You don't need additional.
You don't need them 2 backups, huh?
Might as well get back in. Record from inside. Stay warm.
I knew by the way we pulled up and the way he looked at you, he was gonna be like.
Yeah, I know. That's why I got out my rig.
Did he say he didn't need the 2 additional?
No, he didn't.
But you see how they instantly were like, "Oh, you got people watching you? Okay,
No,
we'll send 2 people."
he wants dispatch to know.
Look at this fool.
Oh,
See,
come
that's that
on.
prior restraint shit right there.
Yeah, that's prior restraint.
Right?
West 106th Way.
So he wants to play games now.
1141.
Now at this point, The two stories match up perfectly. You might even want to just shut off the TV, declare both defendants innocent, and decide you're going to quit your job and become a cop watcher yourself. After all, we need to keep those horrible tyrants accountable. But then, the video continues.
So he wants to play games now.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck him.
Go over there and tell them 13-21-128.
Hey, you know what prior restraint is?
Wait a second. What's going on here? Didn't both defendants claim they never approached the officer at all? I don't understand it. And then you realize these aren't defendants. They are frauditors. And it's going to be a long, long day. So now that I've given you an idea of what you are in store for here, let's start with prior restraint. You are going to hear these frauditors spew those two words a lot. From the video, the frauditors are upset that the officer turned on his lights, leaving them unable to record him through the glaring light, so Johnny Bravo, while not confronting the officer at all, is confronting the officer armed with Ghost Rider's knowledge that the officer is committing prior restraint against them. But what is prior restraint? Well, according to the Legal Information Institute and First Amendment law, prior restraint is government action that prohibits speech or other expression before the speech happens. So, pretending they are journalists gathering content for a story, that would mean that the officer, by turning on his lights, is prohibiting them from recording. But that's confusing. Both frauditors are still recording, as evidenced in both of their videos of the incident. And they both publish their content on YouTube. So we're going to have to resort to frauditors' alternative facts to guess that they're claiming that because the light is on and they can't get the specific content that they want, in this case, the officer is committing prior restraint by not allowing them to record whatever they want, however they want, whenever they want. Wow, it must be really scary up there in a frauditor's empty head.
You know it's a lawsuit, right? Yeah, he's intentionally doing this shit. We just heard you call in saying there's cop watchers out here, and then he intentionally put the light on me. You better look up prior restraint, keep f***ing around. For real. You get that light out. No, I don't have to go away.
Please go away.
Why?
Because I'm trying to work.
Can you get that light out of my shit? Because you're literally breaking the law. Prior restraint, bud. Look it up while you're sitting there on your phone.
Go away. I'm not. I'm filling out paperwork.
You just literally lit up the car with the damn light.
Yeah.
So now you demanded my attention. You better accept what the f I give now. You want to sit here and break the law? F you. I don't care what you're asking.
Go away, sir.
I don't give a shit. Under what? Under what law? Under what lawful authority you saying?
Listening. I'm asking you, please.
And I'm telling you no, because you just said I'm asking. Asking is ain't shit. And you over here still with that light in my camera.
So you don't care about this victim?
Now, I don't give a shit. The minute you turn that shit on and started breaking the law, f you at that point.
So I'm not allowed to look.
You're not allowed to sit there and break the goddamn law and sit there and put that shit in my camera. Freedom of press.
It's at this point that Ghost Rider gets out of his car and decides to go over and join his frauditor friend in not confronting the officer.
You over here doing this shit on purpose.
Can you remember it?
No, I just said no.
It's for me. I can't hear what it is.
I'm seeing spots from your spotlight.
Sending 2 units
Copy.
over for
Bring
what?
answer.
Because your feelings got hurt and you're breaking the f***ing law by turning that light on?
Her.
Hey, we're aware of that. We're aware of
really
that.
aware of it.
I haven't seen spots from your spotlight. Last time I had spots in my eyes, they had to pay me money for it.
Yeah, you don't care. You over here being a b***y over here, calling units over here.
Why are
fucking
you
around with that
blinding
light.
me with your
Because
floodlight?
I don't know why you're here.
Oh, bullshit. I heard you call on the radio. We got cop watchers
So
here.
just lied
You
right
already
there.
knew
You
what
just
we
called
were
in and
doing.
heard that shit.
I assumed you were.
Well, that would be a good assumption. We had cameras. And then you blind us with your spotlight.
Because I have to be able to see
Colorado Revised Statute 13-21-128. You do not get to interfere with our recording by blinding our cameras.
Let's take a look at this 13-21-128 that is being referenced. It states, notwithstanding any other remedies, a person has a right of recovery against a peace officer's employing law enforcement agency if a person attempts to or lawfully records an incident involving a police officer and a peace officer intentionally interferes with a person's lawful attempt to record an incident involving a peace officer. Once again, this sounds good. However, I see a problem here. It would have to be proven that the officer shone his light with the specific purpose of not allowing the frauditors to film him. Given the fact that it's nighttime, the officer is investigating a damaged car incident, and now he has two idiots watching him from a very short distance away. It's going to be a bit difficult to prove that the officer was not shining his light to maybe illuminate the damaged car and or shine his light for safety reasons to determine what the two strange men were doing. You see, that's the thing about laws. You have to prove that one is broken in a court of law. Standing there yelling at the officer the way they are could be considered disorderly conduct, impeding an investigation, or breach of peace. I know this because I've seen enough Frauditor videos in which they do the exact same thing. So while these idiots might have started on the right track, they have since derailed completely off the end of the earth now. Dumbasses.
And now you want to surround me.
I'm not surrounding you.
So cool, right?
I'm not surrounding you. I haven't moved.
Can't talk to the victim. They want to walk behind me and in front of me and surround me.
Well, yeah, you want to break the law.
Me being safe is not breaking the law.
You don't know what prior restraint is. Obviously, you don't know what that is. You need to look it up because that is a lawsuit. You are breaking the law.
Officer safety.
No. I can stand
Officer
right here
safety
now.
does not trump state law. The state law says you cannot interfere with us recording.
Oh, how cute. The Frauditard is Frauditors-splaining the law and saying that even if an officer's life is in danger, it's against the state law for the officer to interfere with the recording. In other words, a Frauditard's right to record is more important than an officer's very safety and existence.
Well, isn't that special?
You can't interfere with us recording. By using your spotlight right into my camera, that's interfering. You're blinding my camera.
Well, you guys don't have the right to murder me either.
We're not here to murder you. We're here to watch from our Jeep. We can't watch when you're blinding us.
Did you just literally say we're going to murder you?
We don't know who you are. We don't care. We don't care who you are.
Look at this.
We're just watching.
Yes.
What's wrong with watching?
Wrong. He's not just watching. He's interfering, causing a disturbance, and causing the officer to fear for his safety to the point where he called for backup. By the way, I have no idea why this Bitmoji character is wearing a cat costume and eating a sandwich, but it was the only picture with the word wrong on it. This makes about as much sense as Frauditors-splaining, but then again, I did use it, so I'll just move on for now.
Because I want to talk to this lady, I can't watch her and you at the same time and talk to you when you're parking behind my back.
He's just a kid. You heard, I got it on film.
Yeah.
Try not to talk to them, they're just annoying.
Just annoying. You're just breaking the law by interfering with my recording.
You got everything on the recording, man.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the right to use that spotlight when I'm sitting in my Jeep right into my camera, blinding it. He doesn't have that right.
I'm talking to him right now. If he didn't do that shit.
He does not have that right to blind my camera. Last time I had that happen, Adams County had to pay me money for it.
Okay. And we just told him the same statutes and everything he's breaking, and he don't give a so that's on him.
Yeah, he's just trying to deal with the victim right now, and that's really all that matters to him.
We know what he's dealing with. We were sitting here waiting to see if you guys caught the suspect.
Exactly. dude on the
We
bike.
did a little bit of video on her car being all smashed up. Didn't put her on video because you can't even see her through the smashed windshield.
So he didn't film her, only because he couldn't see her through the smashed windshield. I guess she's going to be sued too for not getting out of the car and posing for him.
Then we got back into the car, and then he turns on a spotlight blinding our camera.
Okay.
Our cameras. And it's like, that's bullshit.
Huh?
You can turn off your spotlight. You guys know who the hell I am.
I never
You've
heard
dealt
of
with me before.
I never have. I'm brand new to this. I came from 22 years of truck driving.
Okay. Do you understand what Colorado Revised Statute 13-21-128 is?
Educate me.
It says that you can't interfere with us recording.
Okay.
That's
And there's
Interfering-
probably a statute.
Interfering
There's
is...
probably a statute that says you can't interfere with an investigation as well, right?
Yes, there is. But we're sitting over there in that vehicle. You're going to say us sitting in there is interfering with his investigation?
No, not at all. But since then, he has gotten out of his vehicle, they both have, and interfered with the investigation. But Frauditors never want to see it that way. Sometimes I really wish these officers were real tyrants.
Well, when
The only reason we
You know
came
how-
out of the
you know the-
vehicle
you know
is
what the
because he
argument is.
blinded our cameras. When we can't see nothing, he's doing prior restraint on us. He's breaking the law.
yeah,
You know?
yes sir,
We didn't come here to start shit. We came here to just sit there and record peacefully.
yes sir.
Up until the point he blinded us.
Two units and then did prior restraint, and now
Okay,
he's
with
called
boy,
you out
third
here.
current 2015.
And he ain't doing nothing but wanting you to get in trouble now too for his ignorance.
Well, I'm not gonna get in trouble. I'm just
Well,
sitting
I
here
hope you
making
don't.
sure.
Oh, you think?
Making sure
You
everything's
think
code for.
that you're not going to get in
Yeah,
trouble.
I won't.
Okay, 13-21-131. It is your duty to intervene when somebody else is interfering with my
His ignorance
rights
will get you in
under
trouble if you
Colorado
correct that
statute,
shit.
under the
Turn that fucking
Constitution.
light off.
Once again, the Frauditard starts off on the right track, but then derails directly off the planet and over the moon. 13-21-131 states, a peace officer, as defined in section 24-31-9013, employed by a local government who, under color of law, subjects or causes to be subjected, including failing to intervene, any other person to the deprivation of any individual rights that create binding obligations on government actors secured by the Bill of Rights, Article 2 of the state constitution, is liable to the injured party for legal or equitable relief or any other appropriate relief. So once again, the frauditard would have to prove that the officer intentionally violated his right and that the second officer knew that the first officer intentionally violated his right but did not intervene. In other words, he went from an impossible to win lawsuit against one officer to an impossible to win lawsuit against two officers. Oh wait, never mind. Frauditards never go that far. They think just standing there yelling and cursing is a perfectly fine, suitable alternative to going to court. And that, folks, is why channels such as mine have to do these videos, watching the watchdogs and holding them accountable.
Freedom of the press, which means that light, because he wouldn't turn it off and you're not making him turn it off, that means you're at fault too, because you're not intervening.
So if the light goes off, what are you guys gonna do? Leave?
Go back and sit in the vehicle and watch from the vehicle where it's warm. What do you think we were going to do?
All right, I'll turn the video. I'll turn the light off.
Okay, turn it off.
Negative. I'll figure it out.
Appreciate it. They did a good job, man. I do appreciate how he actually listened to you.
Yeah.
Confirming we have 11415 106 way. Affirm, that's what I have.
Is cop watch kind of like cop block, or is it two different things?
Two different things.
Okay.
One is to prevent officers from doing things in the sense that they don't like what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The other is just a watch to make sure things go right.
Okay.
You know, as in that the law is being followed.
Yeah.
For instance, like this right here, him pulling up here in between is kind of like blocking the vehicle where the officer is interacting, which is also a violation of 21-128 by interfering by blocking with the vehicle.
Now we hear Frauditor explaining about how the officer just parking his vehicle between the frauditard and the scene is a violation of his rights. Did you hear this, officers? From now on, whenever you get to a scene, make sure that you check with all frauditards on scene first about where you should park and how you should have your lights so that the perceived fake press can get their precious content for their YouTube video. And make sure you do this before securing the scene and securing the safety of everyone, because the fake press prissies are more important and their rights trump everything known to man. Got it.
Okay, have they checked
don't know.
open any doors or anything like that?
So you're just getting close.
So is he like allowed to sit there and impede you right now? Like where you can't...
No, he's actually not allowed to impede me if I have to get out of my vehicle to record some more, just so I can see what's going on.
Right, because that kind of blocks exactly what we're doing.
Then we got another one lighting us up.
Yeah, the other one just took your plate too.
Oh no, here we go again. You know, we found a vaccine for COVID. Why can't we find a vaccine for frauditing?
I don't care.
No, that's fine. I know what you mean.
You guys have pulled me over for my plates before for a bolo.
For a bolo?
What are you after?
Yes. From Federal Heights several years back.
Oh yeah.
For officer safety, for recording the police. Same thing as happened there as to now. We weren't there to cause any problems. The officers caused the problem.
So what?
Then they put a bolo out on me.
Fucking light right there.
Yeah, we are being blinded fairly
honestly.
well. I'm getting back
Prior
out
restraint.
because I can't see nothing with these lights blinding me.
As long as you keep whatever distance it is, you know the
We
law.
yes, we're not here to interfere. We are here to see what's going on. We were hoping you guys caught the suspect by now and we could record you guys arresting him.
Since they want to interfere with that.
Just gonna back right into the police car. So how many officers do we have here now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for cameras. Oh, that's beautiful. You guys overact a lot. Oh, 6. There's another one.
Have a good night.
We'll see you guys around. Six patrol cars.
6 of them?
6. 6 of them for camera, for 2 cameras.
Copy this, Jaffer.
Did you catch that the officers left and went to a whole nother location because the frauditards were interfering? Why didn't the frauditard yell about prior restraint then? I mean, is it going to a whole nother location the same as preventing them from filming the content that they want? I guess he was too distracted by counting to 6 to realize that the officer infringed upon his rights again. Maybe one of his viewers have pointed it out by now. Anyway, at this point everyone left, and I now need to double up on my migraine medication. For today's Frauditor Fatigue Cooldown segment, I decided to choose something so different that can totally wipe out any memory of a frauditor. So, upon request, I hope you enjoy the pangolins.